This one right here was real hard to watch. The Prairie View game, the Prairie View UAPB game was entertaining and competitive. But this, I don't know what this was. You know, this was really difficult for me to watch. There was a lot of penalties, a lot of miscues, a lot of just bad plays. Not only bad plays being made, bad plays being called. So, again, what did you guys think about the result? The game, I really wanted Grambling to win, but Alcorn pulled it out. Matter of fact, in this game, this is a game, in my opinion, both teams deserve to lose, but somebody got to win. So go ahead, coach.
I, I'm gonna leave that one alone, Coach. I'm gonna let y'all comment on that one. It's sad, and it just don't supposed to happen like that. But you guys go ahead.
Yeah, coach, we can understand that. So I'm going to speak on it because everybody knows Grambling is one of my favorite schools, right with Jack State and FAMU. This hurt me because, again, you have the big win versus Jackson State, and then what have you done afterwards? That's the thing. That is un-Grambling-like. You lose to Prairie View. Alcorn hasn't won since 2006. You should have the same energy like you did with Jack State. The fans were not there for some reason. I was really shocked about that I did not see a packed house for Grambling, because now you see your team moving in the right direction. You know what I mean? Alcorn's coming in, they're picked to win the West. And then what happens is you don't execute. And, Coach Mickey Joseph talked about, now he's talking about, hey, he's going to be more involved in the offense. SWAC had Miles Crawley as preseason player of the year. He only went 16 20, 149 yards, and he just never seemed comfortable in this game at all. Not one time did you see him be comfortable. And this is a thing that was just really disappointing. But on the flip side, Alcorn say, hey, listen, we got our mojo. They've come in there. They had won 2 SWAC games. Look at who they beat, but they won. And then they had not won in the hole since 2006. And then, hey, you know what? You had Xavier Vaughn, who came through, finally gave them some passing yards, go over 100 yards passing, 149 yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Jacorian Sewell ran for 100 yards. Alcorn started to execute. You could start seeing them get comfortable, especially at the end of the game. Really, at the end, they, like I said, they just really kind of just hung in there and won it at the end. So, like I say, for me, Alcorn's playing a big game against Southern. But the question is, where does Grambling go? And again, I'm going to say this again. For the fact that Grambling is saying we got a big game against UAPB, there's a lot of soul searching down there in the hole.
Yeah, Coach, I thought, personally, I thought when they beat Jackson State, I thought Grambling was going places, even though it was due to
5 turnovers.
Jackson, 5 turnovers. I thought it was a good momentum. And then when they showed up in Prairie View and really, and I'm gonna say this, the team that I saw play the first half against Prairie View never came back out, has never come back out after halftime, guys. Like that team that led Prairie View by 10 points, I want to say 17-7 or something like that. I can't think of the actual something. But that team has never come back out of that tunnel at the Cotton Bowl for Grambling. And so since then, they've lost to, of course, Prairie View, and they've lost to UAPB. I mean, Alcorn. And the way UAPB played last week, they could lose again if they're not careful. So, Coach, if you want to say, if you don't got nothing else to say, we can move on.
No, it's not good football for Grambling. When you got the number 1 quarterback in the conference, you don't supposed to drop these. You drop Prairie View, you drop here. And I'll say that. I'm not gonna. I don't run from the truth. And you got to sit back and evaluate and see what you're doing. Are you trying to win? Are you calling the right players? Do you have the right personnel in? And those guys have worked together before. They were at Grambling up underneath Fobbs. So they should know each other. Defensively, the same thing on that side. Um, and you got to be able to step in as a head coach and see what's going on. Mickey is my guy, but he's got a 2-year contract. He's got to get some things done. And he's got to get some things done in a hurry. Of course, we hear all the rumor mills about what's going on, and maybe his head is not in it. Maybe he'd be going somewhere else. I don't know, but we can't continue to play games like this. You got to be able to get in there and take advantage of those opportunities. And they did.
And Coach, the frustrating thing is this season. Yeah, I know it's Coach Joseph's first season, but as me and Mr. Campbell have discussed a few times, this schedule is set up for Grambling to play in the SWAC championship. It really don't get no better than it is right now for Grambling. And I know it's his first year, but once you beat Jackson State and you in the West, you pretty much expected to vie for a SWAC championship. And unfortunately, it's been all downhill since then. All right, guys. We got a couple a few games this week, and then we'll get to our big games. We got a few of those as well. Bethune-Cookman Nevada. This is the toilet bowl right here. Who's gonna win? What I want Mr. Campbell to go first on this one because I want to see if he gonna pick Bethune again.
This is the thing about it. You're sitting up here looking at this game. This game is at Mississippi Valley, 3 p.m. Nobody's going to watch it. We won't find out the score. They probably won't have any box scores or anything like that. So I'm going to go out there. Both teams are 0-6, 0-2 in the SWAC. But I'm going to, you know what? I'm just going down this hill, man. I'm just going to, hey, listen, like I said, my daughter's down there at Bethune-Cookman. They treated her right. They treated her beautifully. I'm just going, and listen, I love Valley. I hate picking against my Mississippi schools. That's just not what I usually do. But I just got to down this hill, man, because, again, I see something in Bethune-Cookman. Maybe they're seeing themselves. So I'm going to go Bethune. I'm going to go Bethune by 7. I'm going to go Bethune by 7. I mean, this is maybe more heart than mind speaking, but I mean, I after what I saw Valley, Alabama State, I think because they have a quarterback. That's the thing about it. Bethune has a quarterback that couldn't play. He's not a bad quarterback. He's not great. He can make plays, and I just don't see why that offense can't get it moving. I mean, but hey, like I say, Bethune has played bad. Valley plays hard. Like I say, but I'm going down this hill. This is more of a heart pick than a mind pick. The rest of my picks will be from the mind, but this is more of a heart pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. So because somebody has to win this game, I'm gonna pick Mississippi Valley.
All right, we already don't spent enough time on this game.
Who you got, Coach? You gonna pick it?
Yeah, Bethune-Cookman.
All right. Now, this UAPB and Grambling game, like you said, Mr. Campbell, this sets up as a pretty big game for Grambling. And essentially, they're in the same situation Prairie View was in playing UAPB, wouldn't you say?
They are in the exact same situation. They are in the exact same situation.
Who is that?
Grambling. Oh. Where coming in, but the thing about it, this game is at Grambling. So, this is one of those. Now, this game right here is really, they told me that this is homecoming down there at Grambling. Grambling 0-2 in the SWAC. So again, I think Edwin Moore said it. This is one of the games that everybody from Grambling. Man, maybe that's why all the people from Grambling didn't come to the game against Alcorn, because they say, hey, we got homecoming next week, so we're coming to that game. So the game will be packed. I've been down there to Grambling's homecoming, outstanding homecoming. Even though they got to go all the way to Monroe to party. But just being at the game is very amazing when I was down there at Grambling. So here's what I'm going to say. This is a very dangerous game because, to me, Grambling's weakness is what you have with this, and that's passing the ball. And I think Grambling, again, what we've seen is that they can't produce points. And if this game is like this Alcorn game, I think UAPB, if Hagens makes a play or two, Gibson, I think, again, is going to go crazy. I think he has a lot of confidence. I believe they're going to give him the ball. I'm sorry. I think I'm going to have to I think I'm going to have to pick the upset. I think I'm going to have to go UAPB.
Hey, I'm on the other side again on this one. I got Grambling. They're at home. It's a must win. Can UAPB be the Dragon Slayer 2 weeks in a way? The John Slayer 2 weeks in a row? At some point, they got to come down to reality, and I think it's this week. I think Grambling wins convincingly at home against UAPB. Now, we will wait till Coach get back. We can move on. I don't think we'll disagree on who will win against Fort Valley and South Carolina State.
Yeah, South Carolina State is wrong. And let me tell you what's funny, and we'll get into it when we talk about FAMU Jack State. But look, you know what looks really good that South Carolina State for FAMU did, because you see what South Carolina State is doing, and they're proving that they're a really good team. They're proving that they're a really good team. And that matchup sets up, I think, in a couple of weeks against Central. And I think somebody told me that game's on a Thursday night, which is, wow, I hate that. But it will be a game that everybody will be able to get to watch, because I'm assuming that's got to be a national game. So, yeah. But, hey, like I said, again, Fort Valley, Sean Gibbs, let's see what he can do.
Yeah,
okay.
That'd be a good showtime for Sean Gibbs in Fort Valley. He's got to go in there and play South Carolina tough and don't get blown out.
Hey, Coach, we already I got Grambling. The Bishop has UAPB. Coach, you gonna break the tie. Who's gonna win that game down in the hole?
I'm gonna go with my friend. I'm gonna take it with my heart, Mickey Joseph. I got Grambling, but in a close one.
Okay. You know, Rocky, I tell you, I'm. You know what? I'm sorry. I believe in the G, man. You know what? I'm changing it because I'm like Coach. I got to go Grambling. This is homecoming. It's the G. I believe that Grambling pride is gonna come out. Look, give me Grambling.
He got a show, Coach.
All right. So here we go. We got. I don't think we'll have much disagreement on this one. Hampton. Okay, we can go ahead and move on.
Yeah, they can't be the blacks or the whites, according to A&T Roy.
All right, Coach. It's a pretty short slate this week. A lot of teams have bye weeks. But this is one of the games I thought was a pretty big game, a matchup of HBCU Titans.
Man, Tennessee State is see, we didn't play all these teams when I was in OVC. You know what I mean? I think they got something going on where they only played so many games in the Big South and so many outside games. You know what I mean? Because they played Valley, Pine Bluff. You know, now they playing. And who else they played? Black School. I have to look at their schedule.
They play UAPB too.
UAPB.
But I want to answer that though. Tennessee State said they made a very conscious decision that they're out of conference game. They were going to play more HBCUs. Okay. So that was something that came from the athletic director, because the fan base, that's what they wanted.
Right.
And again,
no question.
Yeah, and I mean their tradition says that makes sense.
And I think they've already played 3 conference games though, Coach.
But Coach, but Tennessee State wasn't bringing no Mississippi Valley, no Pine Bluff. No, they were playing the Florida A&Ms. You know what I'm saying? This one ain't a bad one though. This was not a bad one.
Well, you got to understand that Jackson State was about a money thing. I can tell you right now, Tennessee State and FAMU is definitely a money thing, because I know that has been an argument about the band and how much money was going to be split, and et cetera, et cetera. So again, you get people that say, hey, we're going to play. So like I say, Jackson State say, show me the money, so the FAMU, because those are their 2 biggest rivals, for they've always played. So, and those schools have leverage. So they're not just going to come up there to Nashville for nothing.
A&T still mad at us, ain't they, Coach? Your team sucks.
Yeah, listen. You know what though? But Roy's a good guy. You know what I mean? He's delusional, and it does feel bad when nobody cares about what you do, but you.
Yeah,
that hurts.
Yeah, I think this game, I think Tennessee, but this game right here, I think Tennessee State is on a roll, guys. I think I think they're on a roll. Howard had, defeated Sacred Heart, but I'm gonna take Tennessee State on this one. Who you guys got?
I take Tennessee State.
Oh yeah, Tennessee State. I think Tennessee State. I like, I'm happy for Eddie George. I think like he talked about it. First Take was down there. They did a wonderful job. Eddie George, the campus, they did a wonderful job for their homecoming and everything. And you can see some of that Big Blue Nation kind of coming back there, Coach. Kind of feeling it a little bit. So that's what you want to see.
Mm-hmm. That's what you want to see, Coach. Get it back going.
All right. Now, this is the game that I'll be at. I'll be live.
Oh, you going to Baton Rouge?
Yeah, I'm going to Baton Rouge, Coach. Going to Baton Rouge.
They take care of you down there?
Yeah. I'm going to be broadcasting there with Scotty live on location, Coach.
Oh, Scotty got hooked up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he Scotty's a man of the people. He'll be with the people. We got a tailgate spot already set up, and we're going to be broadcasting right there. Coach, you're going to be in Bluefield. Coach, you're welcome, but you're going to be in Bluefield.
No, I'm going to be in Baltimore at Bowie State homecoming.
Oh, you're going to be in Baltimore, yeah. So, you got something to do.
Yeah.
All right, but
I'm thinking about going to Houston next week to see Texas Southern and Grambling.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll be in the area because it's going to be Prairie View homecoming, so I'll be in the area.
Oh, okay. Oh, Prairie View's played the homecoming that weekend.
Yeah.
Okay. All
right.
I think I should be able to get a media pass or something now that I'm on TV. From my alma mater, huh? Or do they got a call and say, "Hold on, Coach, we'll call you back"?
We'll see.
Okay.
Hey, Coach. Now, this is an interesting game. Both of these teams are coming off what I would consider two of the horriblest, if that's a word, wins I've ever seen in college football. Horriblest.
Now you heard what Coach Spears said. Alcorn owns Southern University. They own them, and the record ain't been pretty, Coach. Alcorn been dominating this game. So I'm gonna go with Alcorn, Coach. And Southern don't play well at home. They don't play well nowhere, really.
Well, Coach, if Southern wins this game, Coach,
they're in the driver's seat.
They're in the driver's seat, Coach. They got to just survive survive Florida A&M. Beat Pine Bluff.
If Alcorn win, I think they lock up the West, don't they?
No. They got some work to do.
Oh,
they close. They're gonna be close, guys.
I was going to say.
But you gotta understand, if they beat, so listen, they beaten Arkansas Pine Bluff. They have, who else they beat? They just beat Grambling.
Mm-hmm.
They beat Valley on the other side, right? They beat Valley on the other side.
Uh-huh.
So they still have, Alcorn still has
FAMU.
No, Alcorn doesn't play FAMU.
Oh, my bad.
No, they got who they got left? They got Southern.
They got Alabama
right? State. They got Alabama State.
Texas Southern.
They got Texas Southern, Alcorn. And Prairie View and Jackson State.
Yep.
They got some work to do. I knew they had some work to do.
Well, if they beat Southern, though, Coach.
I knew
they beat Southern. They
had plenty.
Southern is look what they are.
Now Southern, on the other hand, because they don't have wins against Prairie View and Alcorn, and they'll have an opportunity to get a win against Grambling. If they win, I think they're more so in the driver's seat. If Southern wins, right. They're gonna play FAMU, of course, and they're gonna lose. But they were gonna lose that game anyway.
Close. If you look at the score,
mm-hmm.
All right, Alcorn beat Southern. They up on them 2 games.
Uh-huh.
So what's left on Alcorn? The 2 questions is Alabama State and Jackson State. All right. You don't think Southern is going now? What's Southern's leftovers? They got what? They got
Grambling.
Alabama A&M. They got Florida A&M. They gonna lose that game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. They got Grambling. That's a toss-up. And I guess Pine Bluff and Bethune-Cookman, they should beat them, right?
Coach, I know what I'm looking at. Coach, if they win this game,
They got a better chance than Alcorn.
yeah. Yeah. Like Coach, to win a championship, who would you rather play? Jackson State and Alabama State, or would you rather play Bethune-Cookman and Mississippi Valley?
No, they got A&M, Pine Bluff, and Grambling. Yeah. So you could almost count those 2 losses for Alcorn if they don't get it done.
Go ahead, Cam. I have to take Alcorn on this one, guys.
Yeah,
I can't in good conscience take Southern.
It's Alcorn.
They get on me.
They get on me about that. It's all
and they text me all the time when you say it crazy. They say Cole should know because he's from SWAC. So I get that all the time. So
Alcorn.
Hey man, listen, Alcorn, those Braves, listen. Since they've been over there in that West, this is it's always been a big game. It's even bigger. It's Alcorn knows the assignment. It's Southern's homecoming. Alcorn would do nothing more to ruin Southern's homecoming. Southern is not a good team. They've gotten 2 wins that they shouldn't have gotten. They shouldn't have won the Texas Southern game. They should not have won
Grambling.
I'm talking about Southern.
Yeah,
Southern,
they shouldn't have.
Go ahead.
Prairie
Yeah,
Prairie.
And so, and again, they've done nothing to show me that they're a good team. They're not a good team. I think Alcorn is not a great team, but I think they're better than average team as the way they're playing. So I'm taking Alcorn, man. I think Alcorn is going to go down there, and like I say, they can drink and have all the fun. And Perry, and congratulate the Perry, White, 40 under 40. Proud of him. You know what I mean? Knew the boy was super intelligent, but again, getting that recognition. But all Perry's going to do is get that award because he's not going to get no win.
All right.
Okay, I was just going to say, I think the quarterback, the coach, and the program all goes to Alcorn. There's no reason why they shouldn't win this game. Go ahead. Now, this is the big one. This is the big one, guys. This is the one we all been waiting for. Now, if FAMU pulls this one off, they have replaced Jackson State as the SWAC boogeyman, because they would have lost 2 games to Jackson the first 2 years, no games to nobody the 3rd year in the SWAC, and has the potential of going undefeated again if they beat Jackson State on Saturday. They would be officially the SWAC boogeyman that nobody wants to see under their bed. What do you guys think?
Campbell, you smiling, your cheeks are red, and your heart's beating fast. Hey, this is your baby.
Well, here's the thing. I told everybody before the season started, and everybody's seeing it, 10-19-24 was going to determine the SWAC championship. Nothing has changed. Nothing's changed my mind. These are the 2 best teams in the SWAC. So the question comes in, and I've heard my Jack State people, boy, hey man, they were that mass meeting, they were breaking it down. But I'm gonna break some things down on the other side, because here's what I'm gonna say, and Jackson State is playing better than FAMU. There's no doubt in my mind. They've executed better on offense. Hell, we ain't even scored over 28 points yet. But what I will say is, if you look at our schedules pound for pound, Jackson State has not played nowhere near the schedule that we played. If you look at Jackson State's best win, which will be what? Alabama A&M, Southern, are you going to say that those teams are better than Alabama State or South Carolina State? No, you're not going to say that. So for us, to be honest with you, Jackson State might be the 3rd best team that we're playing this year. So we're not going to be intimidated by playing Jackson State because we play better competition. So now the question is, as Bishop Bonnet says, here is the thing. If Jackson State, them boys get to running, and it's 14-21, yeah, Jackson State, it's going to be one of them long days. But if FAMU, because again, let me just tell you something that people, and this is what I'm talking about. People, again, no disrespect to everybody. FAMU letting people run up, but you got to watch the games. All that happens in the first half. You go ask me how many times people rushed in the second half against us. 45 yards, 50 yards. And I'm going to tell you another thing, too. For all those rushing yards that you guys, FAMU can't stop, I tell you one thing we do stop, people from getting in the end zone. We don't allow people getting in the end zone. They run up and down the field. We only gave up 23 points to Norfolk, 18 points, South Carolina State, 13 points to Alabama State. And I'm counting those two because we know when Miami and Troy are. And like I said, we win that Troy game. So you did not see any of these teams score 30 on us. None of them. So what I will say is if FAMU can get, and they've got to execute, because this is one of those games they have not played to their ability. This is a game they've got to play to their ability. They can't turn the ball over. So if they can keep the game close, I'm going to say this. I'm going to trust Daniel Richardson compared to Jacoby Moore because Daniel Richardson has 45 starts at quarterback. Jacoby Morgan was his 9th, 10th start. Has he played in a game like this? No. Has he won a big game yet? Not yet, because they ain't played a big game yet. And he didn't play it till the end of the year, last year. So this is a lot of pressure on that kid to make sure they keep the train on the track. So I totally believe if FAMU can come in there, keep the game close, and not make the mistakes, not allow Terrell to go crazy, Fortillon to go crazy, play the game that we played it, and finally let our offense get clicking, then we got a chance to win it. But if not, hey, Jack State, this game could easily be 42-14. There's no doubt in my mind. But for us to win it, it's got to be a game 28-24, 28-17, somewhere in there for us to win it. But I tell you one thing, I can guarantee you, and Bishop, one thing I know FAMU is not worried about, they're not intimidated to come play this game. Because the one thing about it, we have won big games. We have played in them, and we played a harder schedule. That's just a fact. There's nothing else. Jack State people can't argue with me about that because they can talk about the running, talk about the scoring. Look at where has anybody scored 30 on us. They have not.
Well, I don't have to ask you who you picking, but I'll go ahead and pick. Now, this is a situation where styles make fights, right? Jackson State wants to run the ball sometimes. FAMU has problem stopping the run. But in this situation, I got to go with the champ. In order to beat a man, you got to beat the man. And I'm going to take FAMU even on the road in Jackson. Those Florida boys, until you beat them, I'm going to go with them. Go ahead, Coach Cole.
You sticking with that?
Yeah.
I told you guys that I think that Jackson State is going to win the game. FAMU is only averaging about 19 points a game. I don't think you win. The only one going to lose this game for Jackson State is Coach Taylor, TC Taylor. He's scoring more. He's putting up big points. He's scoring 35 points a game, Coach, to Florida A&M's 19. I think Florida A&M run out of gas. I think that it finally catches up with them because nobody else can score, and everybody else struggles offensively against them. Not only is that, Jackson State's defense is good. You know, they average only giving up 24 points a game, where Florida A&M is giving up 28. But I know you probably removed that.
Miami, but I'm saying you can't count that because Miami game is in there.
Yeah. Look, can I get my chance there, Clark?
But come on, Coach, don't be skewing those stuff now.
So the numbers telling me, Coach, the numbers are telling me that Jackson State will win the football game 24-17. 17. I'm not saying that they're gonna go in there and blow Florida A&M. They ain't. But Jackson State can run the football as well as throw it. If Jackson State don't win this game, it's because of TC Taylor. I'm calling you out, coach. You got the offense, you got the defense. You just don't get cute because Florida A&M, I'm gonna give them their coaching staff. They will make some adjustments, but hopefully you can jump up and early in the game and win this game. I told you Jackson State is gonna beat Florida A&M, and then Alabama State is gonna beat Jackson State. That's how I see it.
Well, that's coach. Now, what's funny? Now, that's when, and I want to know what the tie. If somebody in the chat can pull up what the tiebreakers are, because that potentially, if Alabama State doesn't lose another conference game and they beat Jackson, that's a 3-way tie. If everybody runs the table.
Guys, Jackson State is good on defense as well now.
Yeah.
They sitting in number 2 on defense and number 1 on offense. Meaning, I ain't saying they're going to stop Florida A&M, but they're going to stop them enough for Jackson State to score. Florida A&M has been giving up points, early. And I just think that Jackson State's offense is good enough to score late to beat them 24-17, somewhere in there. I give it to you. Quarterbacks, I give it to Richardson. Coaching staff, I give it to Florida A&M because they make great adjustments at halftime. But I just think Jackson State got too much firepower. And Coach Taylor is on him. They don't win this game, Coach. It's because of Coach Taylor. That's how I see it.
Well, let me say one thing. Coach, looking at it, that's why this game. I think everything that you say is legitimate. I think your breakdown, I'm going to tell you what I'm excited about. That, again, ESPN sees the value in this game. I think, from my understanding, the weather's going to be beautiful. I know a lot of people from Jackson are going to show up. FAMU's going to bring a pretty good crowd. I think we're going to have a championship environment. So I hope that both teams play their best. I don't want Jackson State to have a Grambling game, and I don't want us to have for a South Carolina State game. I want us to play our best, both teams, and whoever wins, I'll respect it. Because one thing I'm always going to do is respect the scoreboard. And if Jackson State wins that game, I'll tip my hat to them. I'll be proud of them, and hopefully they'll do what they got to do, and we'll do the same. But the thing I'm most excited about is that we're playing this game in Jackson.
And I was going to say, and they playing at home. So that's my prediction. Jackson State.
Well, I seen them lose the Soul Bowl at home. Didn't they lose the Soul Bowl at home one year?
Yeah, they lost to Alabama State last year, and they lost to Alcorn at home.
Oh, okay.
TC was just warming up.
No, I agree with that. I think
was just warming up.
I think Jackson State is well prepared to win this game. They're positioned to win this game. And I think, again, so let's be honest. If we want to say it, Jackson State is probably going to be favored in this game. Even the rankings, I don't care nothing about the rankings. I bet you when the line comes out, Jackson State's going to be favored. And, well, they should. I think they deserve it. I've said this. Jackson State is playing better.
Yeah, but the numbers say that. The numbers speak for themselves.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I also know our defensive number. Well, let me ask you this question, Coach. So, and this is where I guess with the numbers, the 3 HBCUs we played, the most they scored is 24 points.
Okay.
They just let Alabama A&M, and again, I know they took the foot off the gas, but they still put 38 on them. Grambling scored points on them.
Mm-hmm.
So again, that's why I'm saying some of that. I guess this is why I say bodes well for FAMU. At least they have played stiff competition. And I'll tell you this. Let me ask you a question, Coach. Who do you think has a better defense, Alabama State or Jackson State?
Alabama State or Jackson State?
Yeah.
I think both of them got great defense. Both of them.
Okay.
Both got great defense.
Right. So Jackson State has not played a team to the level of Alabama State defense. We have. So do you not think that's not a great preparation to play against Jackson State's defense?
I think that Florida A&M struggles on both sides of the ball to me. They didn't impress me against South Carolina State. They should have lost that game. Let's just say it. We can say it. They didn't impress me against Norfolk. They should have lost that game. He was on the 1 yard line, but they didn't. Of course, we ain't talking about Florida A&M, so that's two legitimate losses right there. So I just think that TC Tatum, they would have beat Grambling, but you can't beat nobody with 5 turnovers. I mean, they beat them everywhere in the numbers except but in the turnover. Right. So once again, I think that Coach Taylor, I'm putting it on his shoulders. I'm putting it on his shoulders, Coach. They got the better football team.
I don't disagree with you, Coach, that Jackson State has a better football team.
I don't.
But I'm talking situationally.
Only thing that, to me, Florida A&M got over them is the quarterback and a better coaching staff, I think. And I shouldn't use better, a more experienced coaching staff. And they made great adjustments. And that could be a game changer. We've watched them go. We was at Norfolk. They came in at halftime. They fixed it, or at least slowed it up. South Carolina State, at halftime, they slowed that run game up. But Jackson State can throw it. And TC Taylor, you guys talk about Simmons. I'm going to talk about my SWAC man. TC Taylor can dial it up, but he does get too cute sometimes, Coach. You know what I mean? So that's the way I see it.
Well, and again, this is one of the things I see. Florida A&M has been in tight ball games and performed really well. I haven't seen that from Jackson State this year. And I just question whether or not Jacoby Morgan.
Coach, they're blowing everybody out. They're blowing everybody out.
I get it, but I don't think they're going to be able. I don't think they're going to be able to blow FAMU out based on who FAMU has played and how they've played against them. Like if you put Jackson State, if they play at their optimum level, the team that they probably will match up against best up on Florida A&M schedule is Troy, right? If they play at their very best, they can present some of the same issues as Troy. And
guys, listen.
And in my opinion, FAMU should have won that game.
Look what I say. But they can't score. That's why they didn't win it. Florida A&M is not fluent on offense. Guys, Jackson State losing to Grambling is like Vanderbilt beating Alabama. They just won on that day. You know what I'm saying? Look at the they had almost 500 yards of offense versus Grambling's 270 something. But they had 5 turnovers. If they don't turn that ball over, man.
So Coach, do you throw the Grambling game out when you? So here's my point, Coach.
Yes.
So you want us to throw the Grambling game out and the second half of the Alabama A&M game out? That's a lot of football to throw out, Coach.
No, I just the Grambling game. I just say the Grambling game.
What do you make of the second half of the Alabama A&M game?
Oh, come on, Coach. The mud was over
See
there.
what I'm saying? You want me to throw that out too? You want me to throw that out?
No, Coach, it was 38-3. Hell, me and you, if we were hanging around the locker room, they'd have gave us a helmet to go out there. Shit. Come on, I'd have gave you a fullback dive up the middle. You'd have got hit in the ball, the shot everywhere, and they'd have picked it up and scored. Man, they beat Alabama A&M out the gate, Coach, out the gate.
Well, Coach, let me ask you a question. How much value? I'm going to say this again. I'm going to ask you the question. Is South Carolina State better than Southern? Is South Carolina State better than Grambling?
Kingsbury?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Okay, so they have not even played a team to that level.
Right, I agree with. Let me say this:
Alabama State is better than all that. So I guess does any value come in playing harder competition? That's what I'm asking.
Yes, Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But Coach, they averaging 35 points a game.
Or
They
are they doing
scoring
that because they're
7.
playing weaker competition? That's why I guess my question
Yes,
is.
yes, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They scoring 7 touchdowns a game, Coach. I mean, 6 touchdowns a game
Five
or
touchdowns.
5. Let me get my math right. They score 5 touchdowns a game, and sometimes they're scoring 6 or 7.
The only thing I'll say to Campbell's point, and it may be when are y'all gonna cut loose and run it up on somebody? Is my question.
Well, here's the thing, and this goes
That's a
back
good
to
question, Coach.
well,
That's a
okay,
hell
well,
of a question.
I think Coach Cole's. So let's talk about this, right? And this is the thing with FAMU has, and I think Coach Cole has said this. FAMU has not played well because in the South Carolina State game, we were driving the ball, should have beat them by 2 touchdowns, fumbled the ball. That was a problem. Same thing with South Carolina State. It's about execution. So the question is, can this team go in and finally execute? Because they have not executed all year. So that's the question. But the thing about it is, you only got to execute one time to win this game. And that's the thing about it. Can the defense play? Can the offense play what they're supposed to? Now, again, I've said this. I think Jack State is playing better. Again, I don't think this is going to be one of those games. Again, Jack State should be favored. They probably will be favored.
Coach, Florida A&M their program has been winning because they are champions. You know what I mean? They are champions. But I just think the gas tank is just about empty. You know what I mean? You've played some tough teams and you've been able to hang on, and make that one play. I just think that you at the end of your rope. And they don't tie the damn knot and all that. And they hanging on by one damn finger. You know what I'm saying?
Now, the only thing that's giving me pause about picking FAMU is this. They went down to Alabama State a few weeks ago, and against a 4th-string quarterback, the game was still in the balance in the 4th quarter.
But we played the #1 defense, right? That see, you got it. Okay, so let me ask you. You can't.
Jackson State is number 2.
Okay, and exactly. So my thing about it is, you don't act like Alabama State's defense don't put the lockdown on people. Now hold on. Now it's 2 sides to that. So you keep saying it like the defense doesn't play football. So I ask you all: is Alabama State, for all the defense you've seen, do they have the best defense in the SWAC?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would be expected their defense to play well.
They were playing a 4th-string quarterback, Campbell.
And they didn't score. They only scored 13 points.
How much did you? Let's take the fumble away at the end. How much did you score?
Okay, but we played against the #1 defense. See, you keep missing. It's offense versus defense.
But
right?
now you're great. Now you're great to play against the #2 defense.
Okay, and I'm going to say this again. So I keep saying, my point of it is, which you guys are getting my point. That means we should be prepared to play against the #2 defense. We have played better defenses.
So my question to you is, what are the chances that you guys hold Jackson State to 13 points?
No, we can't. No, that's not going to happen. No, that's not going to happen. No. This game, the way this game has got to be won, this game is going to be, for us to win it, we got to get 28 points. We got to get 28 points. Now, can we hold Jackson State to 24? Yeah, I can believe we could do that.
Okay.
Yeah. I believe that. I believe that too. But they just haven't done it.
Yeah. Well, right. You're right.
They have Florida A&M just haven't done it. I mean, and they've been winning on program. They've been winning on their staff, makes great adjustments. But when somebody can run like you can run, and he got all kind of weapons. The quarterback is playing great, all kind of weapons. They got a hell of a tailback. They run the ball 200 yards as well as they throw it damn near 3. So it's gonna be tough, Coach. That's all I say. It's gonna be tough. But the numbers say that, and I just think, and Coach Taylor got a good coaching staff down there too, because they recruited these kids in there. But we'll see. It's a big game. It's you. Of course, I know you're going, Coach, right?
Hey man, listen. I'm leaving 8 in the morning. I'm going to get in there because I'm gonna have to get the Escalade washed up so I can ride all around Jackson looking good. A lot of stuff going on. I'm gonna see a lot of my Jackson people. I'm gonna link up with Ken and Zoe and TD and those guys and all my Jackson people that I grew up with. Man, yeah. Listen, I'm man. Listen, I'm gonna say this again. I'm a SWAC football fan. I'm excited because this is what this is about. Big games. I grew up with big games like this. So I'm excited about this is my school, my schools, my family school I attended, and it's a big game. So like I said, I'm happy no matter what. I'm excited because I want to see both of them to play well. And like I said, I'm a big fan of TC Taylor's. I'm a big fan of Coach Cozy. And they're the new generation. I want them guys to be the new guys. I want them when people see, the funny thing about it, me being from Jackson, I told people what I liked about this, and I think Coach Taylor and Coach Coach said football rivalry. It's kind of like LSU and Alabama. Alabama and
Yes.
Auburn is a rivalry,
Yes.
but LSU and Alabama, and now when you see Georgia and Alabama, that's a football rivalry. And I like the fact that this is becoming a football rivalry. I'm excited about that.
Coach, Jackson State and Alabama State's defense, both of them 6 games. Alabama State has gave up 15 TDs. Jackson State has gave up 19 TDs. So that's been the difference. One is giving up 18 points a game, and the other one giving up 24. So that's a score. So that's offensively, Jackson State's 35.5. And Florida A&M is scoring 19 points a game. They ain't even scoring the nation's average, Coach.
Nope.
The nation's average is about 21 to 24.
Well, you take the Miami game out.
Oh yeah.
Then we do. Like I say again, if you take the Miami game,
but then at Jackson State can say, well, take the Grambling game out.
Well, no, because you can't, that's on our level. No, you can't say that. You can say take the Troy game out, but no, level is level. Grambling is a SWAC team.
Well, it's 2 conversions. You could say that, or you could say
Miami and Grambling not the same.
Yeah, take out one team.
But my point of it is Miami and Grambling are not the same.
Right,
so you can't say remove Miami and remove Grambling. I say compare apples to apples. If you want to remove ULM and ULM from Jackson State, honestly, and you remove Miami from us, and we still keep Troy, we play the hardest schedule.
Oh no, ain't no question, Coach.
No. I don't think there's no question about you guys' schedule, right? I mean, but
y'all struggle against Norfolk to score. You struggle against South Carolina State to score. You struggle against Alabama State to score. That's 3 HBCU schools.
Yeah, and those schools also struggle to score against us. You I guess there's a side of that too, right? Nobody scored 30 on us.
Right. I get you.
Okay, so that won't say so you guys act like we're giving up 30 points a game.
South Carolina State don't score 30 a game. Norfolk don't score 30 a game. Them schools don't score 30 a game like Jackson State. Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm not arguing your point, but what I'm saying is, again, the question was, what value does having play a tougher competition mean to when you're, and I'm gonna say this again. The thing about it is, I will believe FAMU can sit back and honestly say that we have played better competition. Jackson State might be the 3rd best team we played. So we should not be intimidated by playing Jackson State.
Oh, I don't think y'all gonna be that. Shit, y'all the Black College National Champions. And I think that's what's gonna make those kids play tough.
Yeah. Oh no, Paris, I don't see. I do see. Listen. I'm good. Listen. I totally understand. Coach is making sense. You got. I mean, first of all, look. Okay, let's put a pause here. I'm not an idiot. Jackson State's averaging 35 points. It's simple. Like Zoe made this thing. Jackson State scoring 35 points. FAMU's only averaging 20 points. That don't take anybody of any level of intelligence to make that analysis.
Right.
The analysis is not that. Anybody can pull that. The analysis what Coach Cole is giving, which I like what he's saying, and what my point of it is let's move that and who they played and what they're doing. So what Coach Cole is saying is, okay, Campbell, I'm gonna give you that, but when you played, you all did not play well.
Right.
That is an analysis, not that Jackson State's average 35 points. That's a
Yeah,
skewed number.
yeah, and I'm saying that against even competition. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
And that's what
Yeah,
my point of it is. That's what my point. That's why I think the game is going to be closer than a lot of people are saying. And I think that's why this game is going to be a great game, because I think both of these teams have the ability to play hard-nosed football, because the teams that they play, again, I'm talking about FAMU on the defensive side, has shown that hey, even though you're running the ball, you're not getting in the end zone. And that gives me hope. So the question, and I will say this too, Coach, and we saw this. Coach Cozy said this. It's not that we're getting blown off the ball. It's assignment football. We are missing assignments. So again, those are things, Coach, you talked about this. I got personnel, then I talk scheme, right? I played in my
right,
personnel. So clearly he
right.
feels good about the personnel. It's about the scheme and coaching the guys up to make the, because even Bishop said it. Deco Wilson, that 7-yard run Alabama State gets, Deco Wilson's right there. I'm looking at it. He missed the tackle.
Right.
You
Right.
take that out,
Right.
then there's no touchdown there. So I think for me, why I'm excited is that I'm gonna tell you what I would have been worried. If we were giving up 35, 30 points and we were winning 31, 30 games, I was like, yeah, we ain't got no shot. But I do like the fact that defense does travel. I like that.
Well, I would like, hey, Coach, I would like for you to score 31.
Well, listen, if we
Florida
score,
A&M
listen,
was,
I think if we score
hell, Coach,
31,
if y'all
we
was
win
scoring
this game.
24 a game,
Yeah.
if y'all was scoring 24 a game, I would be a little more happy to say, okay, Coach, they just ain't showed me no explosiveness.
Coach, we had 24 against Norfolk. There go your 24. We missed South Carolina State. We scored 22 and we scored 28 against Alabama. And we'll take out we scored 21 because we got a defensive touchdown.
All right. I got you. We'll see.
Well,
All right, Coach, man.
We about to get out of here, but I'll say this, and I'll say this about the Norfolk State game, and I'm gonna be about the South Carolina State game, because I've been trying to, I just believe in FAMU. That's really the only way. All the statistics I think point toward Jackson State winning the game, but I just believe FAMU has a better team. They has the better coach. They had a better quarterback. But I'll say this: if y'all don't run for more than 34 yards against Jackson State, y'all gonna lose.
34 yards.
We ran over 100
yards.
yards every game. When did we ran for 34 yards?
34 yards.
Rocky, we ran 100 yards in every game other than the Miami game.
No,
so we
now unless the stats are wrong. Oh, it's okay. 133 yards. All right, got you.
Yeah, we averaged like 90 yards a game.
Okay. I got
That's
you.
another thing too. See, we passed the up to run, so people keep acting like we don't run. I tell you, well, let me ask you guys a question. If you can get 100 yards rushing, is that at least above average or average at least?
Yeah, it's average. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so
if y'all get
what now?
If you run over 100 yards, run 100 yards, Coach. Rushing, total.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
I think that's average.
You want to be at about 150 yards.
Okay.
Rushing.
Well, that's okay. So that's fun that you said. Let me see something. You said you want to be at 150 yards rushing, right?
Yeah, y'all average.
Y'all ain't hit 150 all year.
Well, no, I just wanted to see.
You ain't gotta. Y'all ain't trying to.
I wanted to see how many teams. So Alcorn's got 200 yards rushing. Alabama A&M 192. Alabama State is at 190. Jack State's 166. Southern's at 149. Those are the teams that meet coaches' criteria.
Mm-hmm. You want to be right at 350 plus yards to have a successful.
Yeah. Coach, my deal with FAMU, if FAMU can run as well as they did against South Carolina State, they got a good chance to win the football game. They got a great chance to win the football. If they can run for 133 yards against Jackson State, they got a good chance to run the ball. Because I think them running the ball opens up something else, exposes Jackson State secondary. And once Jackson State secondary is exposed, I think, it's a shootout at that point.
You want me to tell you the one thing? I didn't mention this, but I'm going to tell you the one thing. Jackson State, and this is a credit, they like to play on schedule, right? They're not a team that functions well 3rd and 13, 3rd and 9. Their teams, you know what, 3rd and 3, 2nd and 5, things like that. And then you know why they can do that? And then that's when they can say, hey, you know what? We look like we're going to run the ball, and Fortillion all of a sudden makes those great plays down the field. That's the thing about why we've got now on our side. That's why we've got to pressure their quarterback and get them behind the sticks and get them off schedule. Because what I want this to do, I really want this to be where Jackson State has to throw the ball more than what they have to, where they have to depend on throwing the ball. So that's going to require us to play some defense and get them on, not allow them get 5.5 yards, first down, second down, where they're, like I say again, 4 yards, where they're in 3rd and 3 constantly. Because that's a losing proposition for us. We've got to put them behind the sticks.
Absolutely.
Coach, I mean, when I just keep going down and look at more numbers and more numbers on Jackson State, man. Shit, Coach. Shit. They got 17 sacks. Florida A&M got 8 interceptions. You know, Jackson State got 5. Florida A&M got 2.
And we just got those two last game.
Sacks against Jackson State. They only gave up 6 sacks. Florida A&M gave up 11 sacks. You know, hey, look, let's call it, man.
All right, man. Hey,
go.
Coach,
It's gonna be a great game this weekend, baby.
Take us out, Coach.
Man, look, man, it's election time getting around the corner, baby. We need to get to it. Hey, again, everybody should go and get that HBCU Go app. Hit that app. It's a free app. It's free streaming. They got some college football games on there. They got a lot of talking about blackness, black awareness, HBCU schools. If you're an HBCU graduate, you can actually go find your school and find out what's happening on there. It's been this is the 3rd year of the HBCU Go. It's about us, it's for us, and it's by us. A guy named Alan, damn, man, I gotta remember his name. But the CEO is Curtis Simon, and it's a black man that owns it. He's a billionaire. He also owns a weather station. So support the HBCU Go Round, and look for yours truly, J. Cole on the mic. I just had Clark and Central State this last week. This week I have Bowie State and Bluefield. Yeah, Bluefield is a black college. Again, vote. Guys, man, life is good. Don't think that when your lows just bottom out. You know, God only put on you what he knows that you can take. Be nice and be kind. Tomorrow, man, when you go out, just be nice to somebody. You know, just tell them thank you, hello, those little words. And I guarantee you, man, you'll have joy in your life. Thank you guys for continuing to watch our show. Thank my 2 guys, Rocky and the Bishop, man, for their time and their effort. And as I always say, if you feel yourself at the end of the rope, tie a knot and hold on tight, because ain't nobody.
My name is Danny Wilson, and I won $500 on the lunch break with AJ Jones.
BS3 Network, changing the way you watch TV.